So, this is a video that's going to piss off so many people, but I have to make it. Quick as well, because the Arsenal game kicks off in less than 3 hours. So, the Premier League prediction. It's a video that every big channel who makes this video gets slaughtered, gets killed, gets so many dislikes, right? Because you cannot please half of the clubs, okay? So you're always going to have more dislikes than likes, basically. Anyway, to make this video quick, I'm going to do it as quick as possible. I might do also the top scorer and like some most clean sheets as well, just to shout at the goalkeepers and the strikers, and maybe most assists as well. So let's be quick enough for this, because obviously I have to get this edited and uploaded before the game starts. And even if it's during the game, it doesn't really matter, because I've made this before the game starts. I don't know the Arsenal score. So I've got a little sheet down here just so I know I'm on the right tracks and know my predictions. And I've also got like the club's transfer business up on the computer over here, so I can like talk about the transfers and stuff like that. So bottom of the table, unfortunately, I have Brighton Hove Albion. They've brought in some good players from abroad and etc, but I don't think they've strengthened as much as Huddersfield. Personally, Huddersfield have brought in more better, well-known players, if you ask me. So I personally think it's between them two to finish bottom, but I think Brighton will finish bottom over Huddersfield. So in 20th it's Brighton, and then in 19th Huddersfield. Again, they don't have enough for me to stay up, but they strengthen more than Brighton, so I think they will finish just above Brighton, and that could be very close to who finishes bottom of the table. And even with 18th and 17th, they're very close as well, and maybe even some of them could finish bottom of the table. Because in 18th I've got Swansea City. I just think, especially if they lose Sigurdsson, as everybody says, if they lose Sigurdsson, they are really and truly effed. And it's going to be close between them and Burnley. Burnley's sold Keane and sold Gray to Watford now, just in time for the Liverpool game. If you didn't know, I'm a Liverpool fan, which is great for us, you know. Gray definitely didn't tear us, and you know what, when we played Burnley last season at Turf Moor. But anyway, so I feel like Burnley and Swansea are going to be very close, but I just tip on Swansea to go down. Then that's Burnley in 17th. In 16th I'm putting Watford. There might be quite a big gap, like 6 or 7 points between Burnley and Watford. I think Watford just have enough to stay up and be maybe quite comfortable. There might be risk of relegation towards the end, but then I think towards the end they will just become safe, if you know what I mean. They'll just get over the mark, get enough points to be safe. They got an alright manager in Marco Silva again. New manager against Liverpool, great. He bet us when we played Hull. It's just not good signs in Liverpool, but hopefully we can win against Watford. Anyway, that's why Watford, they made good signings at Andre Gray. Their attack is pretty good. Troy Deeney, Andre Gray, and Andre Gray. In midfield they got a couple of good players as well. Not too bad, and I tipped them to come 16th. Then 15th we got last year's Championship champions, and that is Newcastle. They haven't really signed anybody. Atsu and some guy from Norwich, Jacob Murphy. Manquillo is not a bad signing. Marino from Borussia Dortmund is not a bad signing. So I think they'll have enough to stay up. They haven't done enough for me. Like, they have Florian Thauvin. They sold him to Marseille. I think they were loaned him last year and then sold him. Kind of unfortunate, because look at the season he had as well. They could have done with him. He had like a 93 rated card in FIFA as well, team of the season. But they got a good manager as well in what's his name? Oh, his name's gone from my head. What is his name? Rafa Benitez. They got a good manager in Rafa Benitez, and I think that will do them well, and they'll stay up 15th, and then they might build on that next year and become a top 10 club again like they were 5 years ago. In 14th place I've gone with Crystal Palace. New manager Frank de Boer. We don't know how he's going to do. He might do well, he might do bad. We don't know. But Crystal Palace have a good enough team with Zaha and all those players that I think they can come 14th. Then in Stoke, woo! In 13th place, you might have guessed that I put Stoke. They may even finish lower, because they've sold Arnautovic, they've sold Jonathan Watson who gets goals, they've sold all these other players. And I just don't think they will have enough to become 10th or 11th like they seem to always do. Mark Hughes is a very good manager. However, he's starting to lose it. I think every so often he needs to just move on to a different club because it gives him a challenge in life, and I think he might be running out of his time at Stoke. But anyway, we'll see how he does there. In 12th, it's gone Bournemouth. Bournemouth haven't done that bad at all, to be fair to them. They've signed Ake again for 20 million, which is actually quite a lot. Who else have they signed? They've signed Asmir Begovic. That's a great signing. Defoe is a great signing. So I think they have enough to finish 12th. They might not do as well as last year because I think some of the teams might do even better than last year, like West Ham and those. Leicester might do a little bit better. So I think 12th is good enough. I think if Eddie Howe gets 12th, that is pretty good, and he might need to be snapped up by a top team, maybe even England in the future. In 11th place, I've got Leicester City. Again, hopefully, I think with Craig Shakespeare they might do well. They don't have any sort of Champions League to distract them this year, which is good for them. I think the Champions League was a bit of a distraction. They brought in Harry Maguire for quite a lot of money actually, but he is worth it. He's not worth it, but he will help them, I think, because I think Huth and Morgan are just aging now. Iborra should be a good stalwart in the midfield. Jakubovic is a great goalkeeper. Saw him play for Hull last year a couple of times. He makes some good saves. So if ever Schmeichel's injured or anything, they can use him. Or if they lose Schmeichel, which hopefully they don't. Iheanacho, signing of one of the signings of the summer transfer window. He will score goals. He's got the best goal to minute ratio of any Premier League player who scored more than 10 goals. It's unbelievable. He just gets goals when he's on the pitch, so I think that's a good signing for them. He played more games for them than he did at Manchester City. Quite expensive, about £25 million, but he is worth it. So I think they will finish 11th, if not a little bit higher. They might overtake West Brom, who I've got in 10th. West Brom actually may finish lower, like I said, may finish down 11th, 12th, but Tony Pulis does not relegate teams. They got a pretty good team as well. They signed some players like Jay Rodriguez, who should help them, and they lost Darren Fletcher to Stoke, so that could hinder them a little bit, but they should be around the middle of the table, if like 11th or 12th to 10th, whatever. 9th place, I've gone with Southampton. This could be lower, this could be higher. Depends if they lose Virgil van Dijk, which I hope they do. I hope Liverpool get him, not Chelsea or anything like that, but I hope Liverpool get him because we need a defender like that. A strong, fast, and physical defender would be amazing for us. But if they lose Van Dijk and spend that money well, then maybe they might still finish 9th, if not higher. But if they don't spend it well, then they might finish a little bit lower. That's Southampton. West Ham, I'm predicting 8th. It'll be very close between West Ham, Southampton, Leicester, Bournemouth. They could be very close. It could be like 5 points separating, like 8th to 13th. You know, it could be pretty close. But I don't think they have enough just yet to challenge Everton and the top 6 teams just yet. If they sign Joe Hart and sign for next year and keep improving on that squad and keep Chicharito and keep all those players, they have a pretty good team. Chicharito, Joe Hart, Arnautovic, weakening their rival Stoke. You know, it's just a great signing. Yes, it costs a lot of money, £25 million again, roughly. It's pretty expensive, but you're getting a really good player. On his day, he's probably just as good as any of the other players in the top, between 7th and 15th. He's probably one of the best players there. The Shaqiri's up there, you know, those players who play for a middle of the table team who are just amazing, who could play for a bigger team, and it's well worth it. Good player and weakens a rival, so a really good signing. Then that's why West Ham I think will finish 8th, and I don't know if that's like a European qualification spot or not. I don't think it is. I think you need to come 7th for that. So I think I just missed out on Europa League. In 7th, we've gone with Everton, and I think there could be a massive points difference between West Ham and Everton. Like last year, there was like 15 points between Everton and 8th place. Could be the same thing again, a massive points difference, and Everton will be knocking on the door of the top 6, if not getting a top 6 place, personally. They've signed a lot of players, they've used Lukaku money well. No, they haven't signed a striker who could get 20 goals from them, but they've signed players who will help them in other positions that they need to strengthen them. They've signed a good goalkeeper, good young English goalkeeper, they've signed a good young English defender. They've got other players who can play in defence as well. They've got a good right back in Coleman, hopefully he comes back from injury well. An Irish lad who sad to see get injured. A left back Baines, pretty good. You know, midfield they got Davy Klaassen, not bad, £25 million though, that's quite expensive. 28 million euro, something like that. Quite expensive. They signed some strikers as well. Sandro from like ex-Barcelona from Malaga or something like that. So not bad, not bad. Spent the money well. Hopefully that stands them in good stead. And they're obviously going to spend some money on a new stadium as well in the docks of Liverpool. Was there not so long ago myself. In 6th place, I've put, no, top 6 wise, it's going to be so tight between, I think, 4th and 6th, if not 3rd and 6th, if not even 2nd and 6th, and maybe even 1st and 6th. It's going to be so tight. But for me, again, the only team in the league not to even buy one player, not even buy like a player on loan, or not even to like sign a player for £2 million, is Tottenham Hotspur. And I just think it's not good enough. Yes, you have Eriksen, who I think Barcelona's coming in for now. Yes, they have Eriksen. Yes, they have Harry Kane. Yes, they have Dele Alli. Yes, they have Danny Rose. Yes, they have Trippier, but they don't have a replacement now that Kyle Walker's gone. Yes, they have Hugo Lloris. Yes, but if they don't sign players even to play on the bench, like, what if Heung-min Son is injured? I think he's injured right now. What if Harry Kane gets an injury, takes him out for 2 months? You've lost your goal scorer. They need to sign players to play and back up. It's not good enough just to rely on your first team. Liverpool know this. You cannot just have a first 11. Look at us last year when Mane left. Bang, we died. Basically, we died. Mane and Coutinho were gone at the same time for like 2 weeks. We had no Coutinho, no Mane. We collapsed. We were the worst team in the league. So you need to sign players. It's just, you need to sign backup players. It's just, you have to. And if you don't, you're going to go backwards. If you don't sign players, you're not going to go up the league. They came 2nd last year. I think they'll come 6th this year, unless they sign some players before the end of the transfer window. Like, it's just unbelievable how they can be, how they can not sign a player, how they can think they don't need to sign a player. And if they don't start winning things, they haven't won a trophy really in ages. I can't remember the last time they won the trophy, when they won a trophy. They haven't signed, if they don't sign players and they don't win trophies, Dele Alli might want to leave. Kane may stay because he's just a Tottenham Hotspur man, but Eriksen might want to go to Barcelona. Dele Alli might want to go to Real Madrid or Barcelona, or go to another Premier League rival. Hugo Lloris might want to leave. These players may want to leave. In 5th place, this is tough. I think Liverpool could come here, Arsenal could come here, Chelsea could come here. I think in 5th place I'm putting Arsenal though. Yes, they signed Lacazette. Yes, they signed Kolasinac. Kolasinac looks good signing, but like, it doesn't really improve their squad that much. Yes, it's an improvement over Monreal, but it doesn't really help them that much. I don't see how he's a defensive help. He's more of an attacking left back, in my opinion. Lacazette is a great signing. Like, I would love Liverpool to sign him, obviously. Liverpool didn't obviously sign him, and Arsenal did. Great signing for Arsenal. You know, he's going to get them 20 to 30 goals. Sorry, and that is what Arsenal need. But they're going to lose Sanchez, and they're going to lose Ozil. Whether they lose them this year or next year, or on a free, or next year for some other money, it's waiting to see. But if they don't lose them this year, then they have a chance of getting top 4. But then I think Europa League will hinder them. Playing on Thursday and then playing on a Sunday, it's terrible. I know as a Liverpool fan, it is terrible. You hate your team playing on Sunday, right? Because you don't get to see them on match of the day, the first match of the day, and then you have to stay up late on Sunday night to watch them, then you're tired for school. So you don't want your team playing on Sunday, right? And it kind of gives you that mentality that all your rivals have played on Saturday, and then you used to go and play on Sunday, and you know you have to win just to keep with your rivals. It's terrible. So I think that could affect them, and I think that's why they'll come 5th. Next year they might go on and do more, or they might even drop back even more. In 4th place, I've gone with my beloved Liverpool. I think it could be very close between 4th and 5th. I think it's like last year, it was only like 2 or 3 points that we bet Arsenal by, and I think it could be the same again. We're playing Champions League. If we get through, touch wood, hopefully we get through to the Champions League group stage. Hoffenheim is a tough tie, really tough tie, don't get me wrong, but hopefully we can win that. And if we do get through, then yes, that will affect us. We'll have games midweek, but it shouldn't affect us as much as Europa League affects you. I don't think we've signed enough players yet. I think we need Virgil van Dijk and maybe an Oxlade-Chamberlain just to cover all the positions. Like, we got injury to Lallana now. Oxlade-Chamberlain will be great in that position, just to cover Lallana, cover Mane, cover Salah. If Salah got injured, cover a defensive midfielder, he could play there. Cover a right back, cover a left back, he can play everywhere. Oxlade-Chamberlain, and I think that's a really good signing we could make before the window's out. Hopefully we do make that signing. And Virgil van Dijk, just to secure our defence. So if we sign those 2 players, I think 4th place is a definite. 4th place is pretty secure, and we could go on to even get 2nd or 3rd. In 3rd place, we've gone with Chelsea. And when you look at Chelsea's signings, who have they signed? They've signed they signed replacements more so than added to their squad. They've lost. I think the stat is like they've sold or loaned out nearly 20 players. 20 players, and they've signed like 4. I'll confirm that for you right now. Janie, I just looked at the news. Coutinho's handed in a transfer request. Oh no. Just looked at the news here. Oh my gosh. Report. It's a report. It's not dead set true. Hopefully he hasn't. Anyway, look at Chelsea signings. So yeah, they signed Billy Glamour, so he's taking Scottish from Rangers. Caballero back up because they lost. Back up because they lost. Who they lose Begovic? He's just back up. Ampadu from Exeter City. He's not really a player. Rudiger back up. They lost Ake. They lost Terry. They've lost a lot of defenders. Bakayoko. They lost Matic. Alvaro Morata. They lost. They're going to lose Diego Costa. He's not going to play. He's going to wait till January to sign for Atletico Madrid. It's just they've signed replacements. They've lost John Terry, Begovic, Cuadrado. He's already gone. He was already gone. Solanke. They've lost Bertrand Traore, Ake. They've lost a lot of players, and it's over 20 players have signed out. Some of them may have been like reserves or whatever, but they've lost a lot of players. So I think they may drop down. I think they may come 3rd. 2nd place has gone with Manchester United now. They've done well in this transfer window. Let's not joke around or beat around the bush. Lindelof, Lukaku and Matic, they're good signings. Lindelof, maybe not the best. They don't really... A lot of money. £31 million for Lindelof is a lot of money. It might not be the best. Lukaku, good. Striker, he's scored you 20 goals. Whether that's going to help them or not, we'll wait to see. I don't think it's enough to win the league, but I think it's enough to get into the Champions League, definitely. Matic, good signing again. They need something like that so that they have a defensive midfielder so that Pogba can play further up the field. And it's not nice to say, but I think Manchester United will finish above Liverpool this year based on the signings. They haven't really lost anybody. Ibrahimovic they lost, but I'd say they might get him back. Januzaj, he's already gone. Wayne Rooney, they never really played him, and that's basically it. And then, obviously, as you can tell, to win the league, I've gone with Manchester City. They spent over £150 million on defenders. Now, the problem is, they spent it on fullbacks. I don't think they fixed their centre-back problem. Who are they going to play in centre-back? Otamendi, shaky. Stones, shaky. Who else have they got? Company, can he stay fit? So, I think they need a centre-back. But then, I think if they get another centre-back to play with Company or to play with Otamendi, I think that would be a hot fire. I think they will definitely win the league. They could win the league by 5 or 6 points. They are that good. Gabriel Jesus, Ibrahimovic, Aguero, Sane, Sterling, De Bruyne, David Silva, Yaya Toure. They've got so many good players. I think they'll win the league this year. And if they don't, it's atrocious. And I think Pep should be sacked if they do not win at least a trophy this year. So anyway, that is it. I'm going to move on now to my top scorer. I think the top scorer in the Premier League this year will be Romelu Lukaku. I think he'll have near 30 goals. I think second top scorer will be Harry Kane. I think third top scorer could be Mane or Salah, but I'm not going to put them there because I don't think they'll get up to 25 goals, which is what you need, I'd say. I think could be a Gabriel Jesus in third place. Top assister, if Coutinho stays, I think Coutinho could be up there. Top 3, De Bruyne top 3, and also I think Pogba could be in top 3 assists. For clean sheets, I'm going to say first place, David De Gea if he stays. Third place, I would say, I don't think Ederson's going to get that many clean sheets, unfortunately, or Willy Caballero, or what's his name? I don't know how names go like this for me. The goalkeeper, Bravo. But like Bravo, I don't think he'll get. So I don't think any Manchester City go for it. So De Gea, I think Courtois might get a lot of clean sheets. Mignolet could be up there, guys. I'm not joking around here. Mignolet could be up here. If we get Virgil van Dijk, I think Mignolet might have a lot of clean sheets. So I'm gonna say though, I'm still gonna say probably Hugo Lloris. There you go. There you have it. So that's going to be it actually, guys. This video is actually pretty long. I'm very sorry if I offended your club, offended you as a fan. It's just my opinion. I'm very sorry if this did offend you. I hope you did enjoy the video though. If you did, hit like button down below. It's going to be a great Premier League season and I can't wait to watch the first game tonight. It's literally within 3 hours. 3 hours away. So yeah, as I said, if you did enjoy the video, hit the like button. Let me know how I can improve these videos in the comments down below. And yeah, see ya.